Good afternoon and welcome to Hampton, Virginia's Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. A beautiful mid-September afternoon in coastal southeastern Virginia. We're getting set for Bojangles Bowtime Pole Qualifying. We just wrapped up our first division on this Smiley's Heating and Cooling Night at the races. Round 20 of the 2023 season, just a few weekends left. Remember, on your way to the track, stop by Bojangles for some famous chicken biscuits and tea. We've got a Speedway special 8-piece tailgate that feeds four for $21.99. That comes with 8 pieces of chicken, 4 biscuits, 2 picnic fixins, and a half-gallon of iced tea. We're 1 mile from the track at 3351 Shepherd Boulevard. That is 3351 Commander Shepherd Boulevard. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all. Want to thank Mike Vines and all the crew with Bojangles for all of their support. And again, we've wrapped up one division, that being the Huns Recycle Factory HRKC Pro Wing Champ Cards. They have completed qualifying here this afternoon to set the starting lineup for our feature events here later this evening. And it was John Snyder turning the fastest lap here this afternoon. Mackenzie Holloway will start outside of row 1. Jimmy Carr will line up inside of row 2. Just 3 cards qualifying. That's right, it's the Kart Club. Qualifying, or I should say starting fourth, did not qualify. That'll be Ryan Hudgens. Jordan Valdez will start 5th, followed by David Phelps and Billy Daly as they prepare for their 20-lap race coming up later this evening. Up next, we've got the Cycle City Corp Legends, and they are now rolling on the Speedway. I am Brian White. Adam Welbrock is down on pit road. Adam, good afternoon. We are set to get the starting lineup in position.
Good afternoon, Brian. Good afternoon, everybody here at the racetrack and everybody watching on Facebook Live. Yes, we are ready to go Cycle City Corp Legends qualifying here for Bojangles Bowtime qualifying. And we've got a great field, Brian. We talk about this Legends division being a lot of fun. Charlie Beals in the 5B machine. He's the driver making a lot of noise here as of lately. 2 wins in the past 2 races. He is 8 points away from points leader Tommy Jackson Jr. with 2 races to go in the season, including tonight.
That's right. Everybody is counting all the points because we're getting ready to wrap up the year. Mike McMowell on the racetrack in car number 5 from Bedford, Virginia. He has posted a time of 18.667 seconds. He's your first qualifier for the Cycle City Corp Legends. Of course, these cars are a little bit smaller, and they're certainly fun to watch. They're designed to promote exciting racing. They're 5/8 scale replicas of the American automobiles from the 1930s and 1940s. So we're going back in time, and we love watching these cars circle the track. They are lightning fast. Up next, we're watching this car. It's the 21 entry. That is Andrew Hund on the Speedway right now, currently 8th in the championship chase. And he's got a best finish this year of a 6th. He got that in the most recent event for that car number 21. He has wrapped up his qualification second quick out of the first 2 qualifiers, 18.715 seconds for car number 21, the driver out of Norfolk. There is car number 5. You were talking about him just a few moments ago, Adam Welbrock. This is the driver chasing a championship, Charlie Beals in the 5B.
And you could say that team, as I said a week ago, white hot. That brand new paint scheme looks very, very sharp. The white with the black flames alongside of it, and you mentioned it. 2 wins in the past 2 races. It has been phenomenal as of late for Charlie Beals. He's got 3 wins on the season, Brian. Like I said, 8 points separating he and points leader Tommy Jackson. Tommy's got 4 wins, but it's been a while for car 87. Charlie shoots across the stripe, goes to the top, 18.005. Here comes the aforementioned the aforementioned Tommy Jackson Jr.
Charlie Beals from Midlothian, Virginia. There he is. We're talking about Tommy Jackson Jr., the point standings leader. He's got the most wins here in 2023. 4 checkered flags. His last win, though, it came way back on Independence Day weekend on July 1st when he crossed the finish line ahead of the competition. Since then, he has had 3 finishes inside the top 3 and an 11th place effort. And right now, Tommy Jackson Jr., lap number 1. He is second quick, 18.015 seconds. He needs 1/100th of a second or just a little bit better if he wants to take the top spot. Can he do it? Coming off of turn number 4, checkers are in the air. No, he'll go just a little bit slower, keeping him P2 here at the moment for Tommy Jackson Jr. as we are early on in qualification for this Cycle City Corp Legends. It'll be the 6th race of the night, 25 times around the Speedway. We go from the point standings leader to car number 95. This is going to be Ryan Cooper. Ryan Cooper, 9th in the championship standings, came home 8th in the very last race. Here he comes off of turns 3 and 4, looking for a good effort here this afternoon. Ryan Cooper, that red and black number 95 car, currently 5th out of our first 5 cars here. Ryan Cooper clocking in at 18.997 seconds. He was 2nd in the Virginia Master Points in 2021. He is from Chesapeake, Virginia. Checkers in the air for Ryan Cooper. Goes quicker on lap number 2. He'll post a time of 18.754 seconds, but that'll keep him 5th on the leaderboard. Jake Harbert's on the racetrack right now in car number 80. He is currently the top rookie. He's just moved up 2 positions in the championship standings over the last week or so with an outstanding effort. His best finish, or well, close to his best finish. He has the best of 4th back on July 1st. He came home 5th on the most recent event for that car, number 80, Jake Harbert, who right now, Adam, he is 3rd on the leaderboard.
And 5th in the point standings, Brian. It's been a very quiet but solid year for driver number 80. We got to know him a little bit last week during the rain delay. Great young man, making his name known here in this Legends division. Lap number 2 across the stripe. He's 3rd quickest in the 80 machine.
So moving up the leaderboard for Jake Harbert's looking for big things tonight. He's right side of your screen. I want to thank all these great fans that are basking in the sunshine today. It's a beautiful day. Temperature's quite comfortable here for the latter part of summer as we get ready to transition to fall here in just a few days. But we're holding on to summer sunshine here at the moment. Devin Courtney on the racetrack right now. He is driving car number 17, currently 7th in the championship standings, lost a position in the points. He actually missed the most recent event. Devin, 1 victory back on August the 5th, so he wants to return to his winning ways here tonight. He brings that car through turns 3 and 4. He'll see the checkered flag for Devin Courtney. He'll knock Jake Harbert's back to 4th because he takes over position number 3, 18.082 seconds for car number 17, the driver from let's see here, we're checking our notes here, right here from Hampton in the Yorktown Tattoo Rodbusters Incorporated. Cody Carlton on the racetrack right now, car number 11 coming out of corner number 4, 2 laps for each car here in qualification. We'll take the better of the 2 laps. This driver is from Camden, North Carolina, the Carrollton Motorsports Welding and Fabrication sponsored car. Right now, lap 1, P5 for Cody Carlton, provisionally inside of row number 3. Can he pick it up here on lap 2? Most everybody going faster on lap 2. He does. He'll gain 1 spot. He'll take over the 4th spot, 18.122 seconds for car number 11, who's currently 3rd in the point standings. Ryan Micah on the racetrack right now. This is car number 16 rolling here on the Speedway. Ryan has 1 start here in 2023, a few weeks back when he came home in 8th position. And right now, Ryan Micah, 6th on the leaderboard, 18.597 seconds for car number 16. That blue car as it rolls down the backstretch over in turns 3 and 4, trying to pick up just a little bit more here as we are coming close to wrapping up qualifying for our Cycle City Corp Legends. And Ryan goes quicker on lap number 2. He'll move up to the 6th spot, 18.516 seconds for Ryan Micah, that number 16 race car. Final qualifier for the Cycle City Corp Legends. Charlie Bills right now is the fastest, 18.005 seconds for the driver who sets 2nd in the championship standings. Although he has won the last 2 events, he has 3 victories in total in 2023. But we're watching right now car number 48, Mason Weekly. Mason Weekly on the racetrack, 14th in the points for his rookie season. He got a best finish of 7th a few weeks back. Takes it down the backstretch over in corners 3 and 4. Lap 1, 10th fastest for the driver out of Virginia Beach. the Revolution Mortgage Downs Dental Care sponsored car. Checkers in the air from Mason Weekly. He is faster on lap 2, but he'll stay in the 10th spot at a 19.013 second lap. One driver not qualifying here this afternoon. He'll start deep in the field. That is the defending champion and 4-time champ holder, Spencer Saunders, in car number 7. He'll start in the 11th position. There he is, your pole winner, Charlie Bills, in the 5B, rolling down pit lane now. He'll take the car back to the outside pit area. He clocked in at 18.005 seconds. Good enough to put him on top. Tommy Jackson Jr. will line up to his right elbow in car number 87. He starts second. Rolling off third later tonight for the 25-lap event, that'll be Devin Courtney. Cody Carlton will start fourth, and Jake Harberts rounds out the top 5. Ryan Micah posted a good lap. He'll start the race outside of row 3. Mike McMowell will start 7th. Andrew Hund rolls off outside of row 4, while starting 9th will be the 95 car of Ryan Cooper. Mason Weekly will start 10th, and Spencer Saunders will go shotgun. He did not post a lap here in qualifying. So that wraps up the next division, the Cycle City Corp Legends. Up next, we've got the Farley Financial U-Cars. They are getting in position here on pit road. Then it'll be the Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks, followed by the old school video game Super Streets, and we'll cap off qualification here with the Taylor Waste Services late models. And Adam, speaking of the late models, this is a big historic day possibly in the making. That's because we could possibly have, and we'll find out for sure next week when NASCAR tallies up all the points, we may have a NASCAR national champion Division 1 from right here in Hampton.
And it would be the first time in 73 years, Brian, to your point, that we would have someone claim the Division I National Championship, that, of course, being Connor Hall in the 77 machine. As you mentioned, he could clinch it tonight, but not officially. We're going to have NASCAR review all the points and look things over if he's able to win both races. So it's not going to be official tonight, but we'll see what happens later on next week, as you said, when NASCAR gets everything reviewed and has a chance to look at the points. Of course, all of the competitors across the Southeast region and all across the country are racing tonight and across the weekend as well, so it's very, very tight right now, but Connor leading as of right now. It is looking good for him, not only to claim the national championship, but how about his first Langley Speedway track championship? That would be a big story for that in and of itself. And of course, starting the year, didn't plan on doing this. Remember, he races full-time on the Cars Tour with Chad Bryant Racing, so didn't plan on even racing the entire season until about August, he said. They switched gears, put the Cars Tour on the back burner, came here to Langley and other tracks across the Southeast region to focus on that goal of winning the national championship.
Yeah, it could be a very big historic year in 2023, but we'll have to wait a few days. And of course, Connor Hall hoping to do very, very well tonight as they prepare for the big one tonight, the Taylor Waste Services Late Models 100-lap race. Talking with Justin Kern, our Director of Media Relations. And of course, we've already had at least one NASCAR National Champion Division II, that being the late great Sean Beluzzo. Of course, he won multiple championships, 11 in our modified division, presented by Larry King Law, and he was a NASCAR National Division II champion, so that would give us a NASCAR National 1 and 2 champion, possibly from Larry King Law's Langley Speedway, if it all materializes later this evening. And of course, we'd find out next week when NASCAR tabulates all the points and makes the announcement. So again, a lot on the line tonight. We were talking with Bo Gherkin earlier, who works with the 77 team. No pressure at all for them this evening. They don't have anything big on their shoulders as they prepare to not only, as Adam mentioned, win a Langley championship. That's what they're shooting for, but they're also aiming to get that big NASCAR National 1 division title. So lots of things on the line. And of course, we were talking earlier, just getting a Langley Speedway late model championship, that is the hardest thing to do. So to be able to get that done, something that's eluded Connor Hall and Team 77 for years, would just be an amazing feat for them. So of course they're looking at that. And we talked to Connor last week. He said that's just as important as winning the national championship, which I think speaks volumes to when you can say you're a Langley champion, how big that is. All right, it's time to switch gears now to our Farley Financial U-Cars as they prepare to do business. First out of the track, this is the 00, Robert DeZero. Cutting his teeth on the racetrack now, making his fourth start here in 2023 with 2 consecutive 5th place finishes in the last 2 races. Currently 13th in the championship chase. Lap 1, 19.074 seconds. He takes the car back now through turns 3 and 4. He'll see the checkered flag waving, trying to go even faster here on lap 2 for that red, or make that yellow and blue race car as he rockets back to turns 1 and 2. And like we've seen much of the afternoon, he goes faster on lap 2, 18.985 seconds. Hooters car is out there right now. This is the 7th entry. This is going to be Woody Wood on the racetrack. Woody Wood cutting the lap now down the backstretch on the first of 2 flyer laps. Woody looking like he's got one top 10 finish here in 2023. That was on his first start. He came home 8th. The last 2 races, he's finished 11th. So Woody Wood right now, the first 2 qualifiers, he is second quick. 20.758 seconds. Now, the Farley Financial U cars will be the 9th of 10 races later tonight. They'll have 25 times around this 4/10 mile oval. And to give you a little lay of the land, this again is a 4/10 mile oval paved course. Banking right now 6 degrees in the turns, 2 degrees on the straightaways. All right, Woody Wood, he goes quicker like Robert DeZero did, but he'll stay second fastest, 20.243. Kyle Davis is on the racetrack now, the rookie racer. He's currently second in the Rookie of the Year chase. Kyle Davis 8th in the points from Newport News, Virginia, just up the road on Interstate 64. Here comes Kyle Davis back through turns 3 and 4. You'll see the white flag waving, 1 lap in the books. And right now, Kyle Davis will be third out of the 3 cars, 20.404 seconds for car number 52, who's again 8th in the championship standings. Got his best finish of the year in the most recent race when he came home in 8th spot. So he'll try to at least replicate that or maybe even go higher. Tonight, checkers in the air. Kyle Davis will knock Woody Wood back to third. That's because he provisionally takes over the outside pole run with a 20.130 second lap. Adam, look at this paint scheme. We always talk about it because I think it's really, really cool. We got Michael Walters on the racetrack.
Yeah, of course, the nod to the Dale Earnhardt Bass Pro Shops paint scheme from back in the day. Michael sporting that number 3 as Dale did for many, many years. Want to give a shout out to his son, Mr. Dale Jr. Ran last night in the Xfinity race, showed a lot of speed, and fortunately didn't get the result that he wanted after the car had mechanical issues, but it was a lot of fun to watch the race in Bristol. Michael's first lap is complete. He's going to go second quickest at a 19.898, so solid lap for driver number 3. Let's see what lap number 2 has.
Michael Walters from Newport News, the Lil's Restaurant, ECC Contracting, and Sandbar Grill sponsored race car. Checkers in the air for Michael Walters. Can he go to the top? No, he'll stay second quick, but he does go faster on lap number 2, 19.799 seconds. The lap everybody's chasing, set by Robert DeZero when he posted a time of 18.985 seconds, the only driver to get down to the 18-second bracket. This is Tyler Borden on the racetrack in car number 36. Tyler, not running the full season, but the races he has run, he has done very, very well. His worst finish, wow, it was a 5th place. So talk about running right near the front from the driver from Norfolk. Tyler Borden does have a best finish this year of a 3rd when he got that in early last month. Right now, he is second quick, 19.448 seconds. Let's see if he can go even faster and take the top spot as he comes off at turn 4. He'll go quicker. He'll gain a 1/10 of a second, but it's not enough to get to Robert DeZero. He'll stay second, 19.347 seconds. This car, keep an eye on him. He's pretty fast.
Of course, that is Mad Dog Bill Aker, the former champion in the U-Car division, Brian. 4th in the point standings tonight. Also now a rookie in the Grand Stocks as well, has a win over there. No win on the U-Car side of things, but looking to better that. We'll get it done tonight in that number 22 Mosquito Joe's machine. First lap is on the board. He is second quickest right away, 19.033. That's half a 10th off of the Robert DeZero lap. So lap number 2 has for Mad Dog.
You can see that car was sideways going down into turns 1 and 2. He drives it in hard in 3 and 4, giving it all he has, letting the back end kick out, trying to use the motto that loose is fast. But Bill Aker will slow down 0.3 of a second, likely that drive down into turn number 1. But you got to give him props. He gave it everything he could, I should say, for the Mosquito Joe car number 22. Second quick for Bill Aker. Here's Carl Twitty. He drives the 28 race entry as he works down the backstretch over into turns 3 and 4 here in a moment. Carl Twitty right now 6th in the point standings. He's got a most recent finish of 12th, but he has a best this season of 6th. So Carl Twitty has come home inside the top 10. Right now he's inside the top 5, 4th fastest, 19.508 seconds. Again, the lap of record set by Robert DeZero at an 18.985 seconds. And this paint scheme's so cool, it pays tribute to the late great Davey Allison, who drove the NASCAR Cup Series back in the 80s and early 90s. So that Haviland paint scheme, car number 28, paying tribute to him. And of course, we've got the Alan Kulwicki, Hooters number 7 car. So a couple of icons in the sport of automobile racing. I think you know this driver on the speedway right now.
That's right, buddy. This is Crystal West, Wacky Wednesday competitor. Good to see her and her husband Sparky back this week on our Wednesday show. And she's looking for big things here in the U-Car division. She's had top 5 speed, just has trouble putting the entire race together. That first lap really, really good. 4th quickest at a 19.472. We'll see if lap number 2 can improve on that spot. Right now, half a second off of that Robert DeZero lap. What a lap by driver 00, Brian. It's been really impressive to watch. Right now, Crystal working her way through 3 and 4. She's going to see the checkered flag. Is it going to be quicker? Yes, it is. 19.178. 3rd quickest for driver 99.
So Crystal West now goes inside the top 3 with just a few cars remaining here in Bojangles bow time qualifying as Crystal West has completed her lap. It's Robert DeZero, the fastest thus far. Bill Aker is currently 2nd quick, and Crystal West now inside the top 3. Qualifying continuing for our Farley Financial U-Cars. This is Brent Burgess. Brent Burgess on the racetrack in car number 18. He is currently the top rookie for this division. He is 5th in the championship standings. So Brent Burgess from Carrollton, Virginia, has 3 years of go-kart racing. He's competed in a 375 Predator and a 375 Clone with 3 victories and a handful of podium efforts. So he has quite a resume as it relates to running in the go-kart series. Now he's running in the stock car series, and he's the top rookie, as we just mentioned. So Brent Burgess 6th on the scoreboard right now, 19.735 seconds on lap 1. And we're waiting for lap 2 to populate, and we'll see what he does. Looks like lap number 2. Well, we'll check that here in a moment when our scoring does update. On the racetrack right now, another driver to keep your eyes on because he is oh so fast. He has multiple wins here in 2023. Adam, he's got the most. We're talking about Christian Keller.
And that is defending series champion Christian Keller at that. Christian running double duty tonight. He'll run in the Super Streets where he's a rookie competitor. 5th quickest on lap number 1. And Brian, every time I talk about Christian Keller this year, I can't help but remember the Victory Lane interview from opening night. He said, you know, we weren't sure we were going to run this U-Car this year. He said, I looked at it sitting in the barn. I pulled it out of the weeds, came to the racetrack, and parked it in Dale Lemon's Victory Lane. That's just how cool this series is. And right there, lap number 4, 4th quickest. So probably not the lap he was looking for, but still going to be racy. We know he'll be a factor with before it's all said and done.
Indeed, that is the case. Christian Keller is 3rd in the point standings, 19 markers behind Hayden Sheldon. As Adam mentioned, was not planning on running the full season, or wasn't even planning on running this division, excuse me. He was going to run, as he is doing right now, in the old school video game Super Streets, but did elect to come back to this division as well. Here's Hayden Sheldon on the racetrack. He is your point standings leader. 3 victories. Last 2 races, he's come home in 3rd spot. So Hayden Sheldon, what does he do here in Bojangles? Qualifying right now, he is way down on the leaderboard, 9th on lap number 1. So he's hoping for a huge pickup here on lap number 2. Lap 1 was 20.026 seconds. That's more than a second off the mark from Robert DeZero. So let's see if Hayden gets that big pickup. And it does not happen. He does go faster on lap 2, but he'll stay in the 9th position at a 19.837 second lap. So not the lap he was looking for, because Adam, he only leads the championship standings coming into this race by 1 point over that driver right there, the most recent winner. His first U-Cars victory, we're talking about Charlie Bryant.
Yeah, I took the words right out of my mouth, friend. That's a big storyline we're following. Charlie has momentum on his side, got the first UCAR win of the season, and that qualifying result from Hayden Sheldon very much going to hurt him tonight in that slim margin because Charlie goes right to P2 on lap number 1, 18.996, just 100th of a second between he and Robert DeZero. The pole position comes all down to this lap right here for car 88.
Let's see what can happen because, again, Charlie Bryant, his goal, finish ahead of Hayden Sheldon, the point standings leader, if he wants to win the championship. He'll slow down on lap number 2, but he'll stay second quick. We're talking about Charlie Bryant, who is second in the points, but he's only behind Hayden Sheldon by 1 point. So it's going to come down to the wire, and right now, every position counts for 1 point. So if you look at the lineup at the moment, you've got Charlie Bryant starting second, Hayden Sheldon's way back in 10th.
And I've got our pole sitter. He's got to run here, so we're going to get a quick word with him. Robert, you guys have had your hands full with this race car this year. What does this mean, my friend?
Oh, it means a lot. It's been a while since we've been up front for qualifying. I told my guy before we went out I missed being up front, but now we're up front. We'll see what we can do tonight.
Good luck. Go get him, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
That's Robert DeZero, former Wacky Wednesday competitor, now pole sitter in the UCAR, Brian. What a story this is. They have had their hands full mechanically with this race car, shown speed. Now it's just up to him to put the race together.
That's right. Robert DeZero gets his pole here tonight. He's gunning for that first win of 2023. We'll see if it's happening later on. All right, we've qualified now 3 divisions. We still have 3 more to go, including up next, the Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks, those pickups. They're getting ready to come down on pit road, and they're coming out on the track here in a matter of moments.
Larry King Law. Knowledge, experience, commitment.
Anytime an accident happens, dial 757-INJURED for Larry King.
If you or someone you know has been injured in an accident after getting medical help, call us first. Dial 757-INJURED for Larry King.
Larry King Law battles for justice and is dedicated to empower and protect accident victims. It is our mission to provide the best possible legal services. Anytime you need help, dial 757-INJURED.
Serving homeowners in Virginia since 1970, Mr. Fix-It specializes in bathroom remodeling and gutter replacement services that will transform your home. With an A+ BBB and 5-star Google rating, Mr. Fix-It helps homeowners maintain their biggest investment from scratch to finish. From tub and shower replacement to installing gutter helmet systems, Mr. Fix-It has over 50 years of experience in completing home improvement projects. We serve the majority of Virginia and are ready to assist you with a relaxed, no-pressure consultation. Visit MrFixItSpeedway.com today.
Want to thank everybody for tuning in on Facebook Live and YouTube, and hello to all of our great fans here on the property, whether you're in the grandstands enjoying the beautiful sunshine, or if you're in the pits, or maybe you're in one of the suites. Thank you for being with us here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. And again, on social media, we've got Matthew Polly. He says, hey, go Bill Aker. And we got Matthew McMillan also tuning in, Tim McConnell. Terry Walter Fuller is also joining us. And we've got Tina saying, when does Connor run? Well, Connor will be up later for the late models division presented by Taylor Waste Services. That'll be the 6th division to qualify. Right now we are on our 4th one here in a moment with the Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks. We got Dwight Nichols tuning in. Good to see Dwight Nichols. Going to try to make it out tonight, and we certainly hope he's able to join us here in just a bit. Interact with us on social media. Tell us where you're tuning in from. We would love to talk to you. And again, tonight, lots of racing, the 20th race of the 2023 season. And Adam, we have the Virginia Sprint Series. They're back for the 2nd time here in 2023.
That's right, my friend, and what a show they put on earlier this season. It was really fun to watch them. I've had the privilege of watching them here and down at Dixieland on dirt, so very, very multifaceted series. They race all over the state on dirt and, of course, here on asphalt. So fun to watch these cars go around the racetrack. We've said it before. I don't think there's another division that goes faster around this racetrack. These guys are quite literally hauling the mail around this racetrack. It is so exciting, so exhilarating, and breathtaking to watch these guys go around the racetrack. You can't blink because you'll miss something. They go that quick.
That's right. We love the Virginia Sprint Series, and they're back for the second time. And I think you may have an announcement about the Virginia Sprint Series.
That's right. I just had a conversation with Vice President of the Speedway, Chuck Hall. He has announced that race fans, the Virginia Sprint Series are going to be here on Sean Beluso Memorial Race Night. That's Halloween weekend at the end of October. So a bit of breaking news here. They will be back here at the end of October to race on the Sean Beluso Memorial Night. So mark your calendars. Be here for October 28th.
So we just had some late breaking news regarding the Virginia Sprint Series. You heard it here first. They're coming back again here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. So glad to have them back for a third time this year. Chris Roberts, our first qualifier for the Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks, and wow, what a couple of weeks he's had. 2 wins in the last 2 races. He also picked up a win back earlier in July, so 3 wins for Chris Roberts. He's gunning for his 4th or 3rd consecutive. The driver from right here in Hampton, lap 1, in the books, 19.144 seconds. Wayne Lyon is on the racetrack right now in the 66 pickup truck. Wayne Lyon at 11th in the point standings as he rolls it down the backstretch, headed towards turns 3 and 4 for the Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks. They're going to be racing again tonight, but points, we talked about it, on the line in every division as we get set to wrap up this year. Tonight it is Smiley's Heating and Cooling, over 300 laps around this 410 mile oval, and it's going to be the 11th race of the year for this series. One more night of action after tonight, and we'll be talking about point standings because you got Hunter Waltrip in the mix here. You've got others looking for a championship like a Donald Brown. We'll be talking about him because, get this, the top 3 in the points for this division only separated by 8 points. So that is about as tight as it gets. Wayne Lyon has just completed his 2nd lap. He is 2nd thus far. Here is Paige Kane on the racetrack right now. Paige Kane drives the 38 pickup truck from Norfolk in the Big Belly's Barbecue, a Hampton Roads Plumbing sponsored vehicle. Paige Kane at 9th in the point standings, has a best finish this year of 5th back on July 15th. Paige Kane, lap number 1 in the books, good enough to be 2nd quick, 19.979 seconds. The lap of record at the moment is a 19.144 set by Chris Roberts. Paige Kane rolling through turns 3 and 4. Checkers are in the air, and Paige Kane will go faster, picks up quite a bit, but still not enough to get to the top. Paige Kane, 19.441 seconds for truck 38. Right now 2nd out of the 3 qualifiers. Chris Bechtel's rolling now in turns 1 and 2. So listening up here in the tower, it looks like he had a full transmission replacement, Justin's telling me, on the 57 pickup truck. So we talked to him, and he's had lots of issues on that truck that he's been working on week after week. Chris Bechtel here gets lap number 1 in the books, 19.671 seconds for the driver who sets 10th in the championship standings. He did get a runner-up back in the middle of July, so that gave him glimmers of hope that he could get this thing to Dale Emmons victory lane. So he's got the speed. He's just had a lot of bad luck over the last several races. Chris Bechtel right now 3rd out of the 4 trucks, 19.599 seconds. Adam, here's somebody getting ready to come out now that's in the hunt for a championship.
That's right. That's one of the most experienced drivers here at Langley. Just, as you like to say, Brian, 73 years young, Mr. Bill Wallace in this 19 truck. And boy, we were watching him from the tower a little while ago during practice. He had his hands full off turn number 4, spun that car, I believe, 360 degrees down on the front straightaway, kept it out of the wall, but man, that certainly caught his attention. He's had a great season. You mentioned 3rd in the point standings. No wins for driver 19, but I don't think he's been worse than 3rd. I believe that's the worst points position he's had all season long. Very quietly getting it done, putting that experience to good use, and right now 3rd on lap 1.
That's right. That truck broke loose on the opening lap coming out of corner number 4, like we watched up here in the tower during practice. How he kept it out of the fence, I just don't know. We thought that truck was going to either turn over or slam the outside retaining wall. It did neither. Just heads-up driving by a veteran racer who is good enough right now to be 2nd quick. Lap number 2 was faster than the opening lap. He clocks in at 19.331. So Bill Wallace, who's only 8 points behind leader Hunter Waltrip for the championship standings, he's 3rd coming into this race. Kevin Rickman is on the racetrack right now. Kevin Rickman, truck number 10, sixth in the points. Here he comes through turns 3 and 4. He'll see the white flag waving. He's from Newport News and the Jeff Colley Real Estate Maritime Mayhem sponsored entry. Kevin Rickman, fifth on lap number 1, 20.665 seconds. Kevin Rickman now rolling through turns 3 and 4. 7th place in the very last race. And right now he is 5th as he goes quicker on lap number 2, but he'll stay P5, 19.987 seconds. Again, the fastest truck at the moment, it is Chris Roberts, 19.144 seconds. One driver that's hoping to get a championship, and he's planning on it. It's this one, the Lametta Chiropractic Calico Creation sponsored truck. We're talking about Donald Brown from right here in Hampton, just 2 slim points behind leader Hunter Waltrip. What can he do here in Bojangles bow time qualifying? Lap 1, 5th fastest, 19.752 seconds. And of course, Adam, you got to be thinking, he's watching the 33. His goal, just finish ahead of Hunter Waltrip.
And he's done that the last couple of weeks, trimmed some points off of that margin, Brian. The 33 teams had their hands full the last couple of weeks. Mechanical issues hurting that truck. In fact, he wasn't able to make one race a couple of weeks ago. He couldn't even make it to the starting line. They had so much problems with that 33. So Hunter definitely having to earn this one. 4 wins on the year. And how about Donald Brown? No wins on the year, but that number 5 team has been getting it done all season long. Very quiet, very consistent. They're here when it matters most. Just after tonight, it's 1 race left in the season.
Gates Kolbaszewski's on the racetrack, your top rookie, who's up 1 position in the championship standings. He's now up to 4th as he rockets through turn number 4. Lap 1 is done. He'll be 6th fastest, 19.764 seconds for the driver out of Norfolk, sponsored by CrossFit Buckrope Beach. He is now entering turns 3 and 4 for the final time, hoping to pick it up and get a good starting spot for the 25-lap race for the pickup trucks. They'll be the midpoint of our schedule here tonight, the 5th event out of 10. And Gates Kolbaszewski goes faster on lap 2 in that 4 truck, but he'll stay 6th overall, 19.650 seconds. Here he is, your point standings leader, truck 33. We're talking about Hunter Waltrip. Hunter Waltrip just 2 points out in front. He's got 4 checkered flags this year. His most recent win, July 15th. His last race, he came home in 11th. Big time issues. He's hoping to turn it around, and Adam, he's got a great start for that.
Yeah, haven't shown the most outright speed the last couple of weeks, but they've got that ship pointed right tonight. The truck really quick for the 33 team, 18.999, just under 19 seconds, the only truck obviously to do so. Lap number 2 across the stripe, here he comes, a little slower, 19.117, so it's P1 for truck 33 with just 2 trucks remaining.
He drives the Harper & Company, Berry & Company, Coleman Nursery pickup truck. He won the championship last year, 10 years after his dad won a championship at this racetrack. Only got 3 victories last year, and I say only 3. That's because he's got 4 already this year, so he's already won over with 2 more opportunities. Hunter Waltrip coming back to his winning ways. He is right now the fastest. He knocks Chris Roberts back to 2nd with just another truck or so left to go here in qualifying. On the racetrack right now, this is the 92 Stormy Butts. Lap 1, 20.106 seconds for the 92 driver out of Gates, North Carolina. Stormy Butts through turns 3 and 4, that blue and yellow truck, 13th in the point standings, got the best finish of the season in the last race when Stormy came home in 6th spot. And Stormy goes faster on lap number 2, 8th quickest overall, 19.956 seconds. Here he is. I believe this may be the final qualifier of the afternoon for the Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks. This is pickup number 01 from Hayes, Virginia. We're talking about Tim Carter. Tim Carter on the speedway now. Multiple finishes inside the top 7 here in 2023. Looking for his first top 5. Tim Carter currently 10th on the racetrack, 20.047 seconds. And again, each driver on the stopwatch by themselves to see how quick they can go here this evening as they prepare for the big one coming up. We're talking about the 25-lap race. Checkers in the air now for Tim Carter. He'll slow down on lap number 2, and he'll stay 10th overall. I believe Chris Roberts is coming back out because he only got 1 lap earlier. So NASCAR letting him come back out for his 2nd lap. So he should be getting the checkered flag when he comes around this time by, as he already got 1 lap in earlier this afternoon. And indeed, Brian Wilson, our chief starter, waving that checkered flag for Chris Roberts. So can he take the top spot? Survey says no, he will not. He'll stay 2nd quick, as right now it's Hunter Waltrip on top here. And I believe that is going to do it for Bojangles Bow Time qualifying. And our scoring monitor is showing Hunter Waltrip as having the fastest time here in qualification. What a big turnaround for Hunter Waltrip after he had all the issues from the very last race. And we're talking about a very tight championship. Just 2 points separate the top 2, with Hunter being on top, but you've got the top 3 within 8 points. So 3 drivers mathematically with a shot of winning. And Adam, I believe you were down there, and I'm just seeing that now, but we'll hopefully catch a word with Hunter in just a little bit. What did Hunter tell you there in that brief interaction?
Well, I asked him, man, how does it feel to be back? Because it's been a few weeks since he's shown outright speed. As I mentioned, he said it feels good. He said, quote, "There's a new sheriff in town, so shots fired from driver 33. They're ready to get after it for 25 laps tonight."
Hunter Waltrip has won the pole here this afternoon. He'll leave the field to the green flag, and that's a big moment for him because, again, he knows that if he wants to win a championship, his 2nd in a row, he is going to have to finish ahead of drivers like Donald Brown or Bill Wallace. Those are the 2 that he's certainly keeping an eye on. So Hunter Waltrip will start on the pole. Chris Roberts will line up to his right elbow. Bill Wallace makes up row 2 on the inside with Paige Kane. Donald Brown rounds out the top 5. Chris Bechtel posted the 6th fastest lap for the pickup trucks. Gates Kolbaszewski was 7th. Stormy Butts 8th. Kevin Rickman 9th. And Tim Carter rounds out the top 10. Wayne Lyon will come from inside row number 6. All right, we are getting ever so close to wrapping up Bojangles pole qualifying. Up next, we've got the Super Streets division presented by Old School Video Games and more. And then it's going to be the Taylor Waste Services late models. Race fans, use your smartphone to order from Bojangles. You can schedule your pickup time so that your food will be as fast and fresh as possible. Make sure to select curbside pickup option when checking out. And if you go ahead and download the Grubhub app and search for Bojangles, all orders $30 or more gets $5 off. And if you spend $50 or more, you get $12 off. All of that coming from our friends at Bojangles.
Put on your smiley smile. Smiley's heating and cooling today. Put on your smiley smile. Your comfort's just a smile away. We'll warm you up when it's cold, cool you down when it's hot. And when you're comfortable, you tend to smile a lot. With Smiley's heating and cooling, your comfort is just a smile away.
It's bow time at Bojangles. How do we know our chicken is seasoned to perfection? Because you keep coming back for more. Head to Bojangles for fresh, never frozen chicken that's been seasoned to perfection, marinated for 12 hours, and hand-breaded not once, but twice. And when you buy an 8-piece box of chicken, you'll always get 4 biscuits absolutely free. So head back to Bojangles and pick up the chicken we're famous for, and the biscuits we're famous for, and our legendary teeth. We're also famous for our teeth. Bojangles, it's bow time.
It's Car Masters Automotive with a Napa Gold 36-month, 36,000-mile peace of mind warranty. Go to RepairPal.com for a fair price guarantee. Customer rental and loaner cars too. Car Masters is hiring technicians up to $55 an hour with 100% health and more benefits. 757-456-0722. Car Masters Automotive. Go to CarMastersAuto.com at 931 East Little Creek Road in Norfolk.
Taylor Waste Services, locally owned and operated, still providing old-fashioned customer service. 11, 20, 30, 40 cubic yard roll-off containers for construction debris, industrial waste, yard debris, and most types of non-hazardous waste. Trash compactors are available, and flexible hours with Saturday pickup available when needed. Located in Hampton and serving the entire Tidewater area. Competitive rates, they take Visa and MasterCard. Call now, 723-1131. Taylor Waste Services. Service is what they sell.
Back here in Hampton, Virginia at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. I want to thank everybody for being here at the racetrack. All of those tuning in on social media, whether it's Facebook Live or YouTube, like Terry Walter Fuller. Also, we've got Jackie Brinkley. She says, go Hayden Sheldon, number 13 U-Cars. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, get in the car, grab the family, grab the neighbors. Get to the racetrack. We go green at 7 o'clock or about an hour and a half from now. We're in Hampton, Virginia. So if you're close by or within an hour or so, a couple hours away, get onto the racetrack. Get your tickets in advance at langley-speedway.com, or you can get them once you get on the property at our box office. We would love to have you tonight. It's a great day of racing, going to be a great night of racing. Chamber of Commerce weather, it doesn't get much better than this. So don't miss it. Come on to the racetrack. Just a few more opportunities to see great NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series racing, because the season is getting ready to wrap up. So don't miss it. We'd love to have you here. Come on and join us at 7 o'clock for Smiley's Heating and Cooling Night at the Races. If you can't be here in person, maybe you're watching from out in California, or maybe you're in Mississippi, well, you can tune in to Flow Racing live coverage beginning at 7 o'clock here this evening. We're moving now to our old school video game Super Streets, Adam. Always a fun division to watch. First qualifier, it's Wesley Newell.
That's right, car number 11 is out on the racetrack, Brian. I'm just looking up and down the pit lane. It is absolutely packed down here. Of course, we have the late models ready to go for their qualifying session, but the Super Streets are down here on pit lane, double file, 2x2, all the way down the pit lane. It is a stacked field here tonight. It is going to be an exciting 40 laps. It's always exciting with the Super Streets. These guys put on a heck of a show, but it's been all car 21 lately. Sammy Gato, 7 in a row for that race team. They are peaking at the right time. They are the cats to beat tonight. I'm not a betting man, but if I was, boy, I'd sure put my money on that 21 machine.
He has done extremely well. And another driver that's done well, it's this one, Danny Harrell, car number 95, the Marty Strickland engine, driver out of Norfolk, Virginia, driving a CarMaster Chevrolet. He is so successful here at this racetrack. Danny Harrell will go up to position number 1. He clocks in at 18.811 seconds. He's moved up in the points 1 position. He comes into this race 4th with just 2 races remaining, including tonight. Let's see if he can go faster here on lap number 2. And indeed, he goes quicker, 18.751 seconds. If you're just joining us here on the property, or if you're tuning in on social media, we're putting each vehicle on the racetrack by themselves. They're all being timed. There's a stopwatch on them to see how fast they're going. The fastest car will start the main event in first position, and then everybody that clocks in behind the fastest car starts second, and so forth. So you want to get a good lap by yourself so you can start up front in the main feature. This race, it'll be the 8th event later on this evening on the Smiley's Heating and Cooling 310 Night at the Races. It'll be the 8th event overall, 40 laps of action. On the racetrack right now, this is car number 4. We're talking about Joshua Crabtree out of Hampton in the Sherry and Sam Martin Sell Hampton Roads race-sponsored vehicle. Joshua Crabtree, 2 laps, they're done. He is 3rd out of the 3 cars, 19.886 seconds for car number 4, who came home 10th in the very last race. The pizza cars on the racetrack. Well, I'm not saying pizza car because he's sponsored by a pizza company. This is car number 12, Sean Calloway, out of Virginia Beach in the Cal's Pizza Performance Food Group race car. Sean Calloway rolling through turns 3 and 4 on the first of 2 flyer laps. He's also up 1 position in points to 8th coming into tonight's festivities. Has a best finish this year of 5th back on August 26th. Right now, Sean Calloway provisionally outside of row 1, 19.108 seconds. He needs about 0.4 of a second to knock Danny Harrell off the top spot. Can he do it? No, he'll stay second quick as he actually slows down on lap number 2. Sean Calloway right now behind Danny Harrell as our top 2 qualifiers out of the 4 thus far. Chris Spangler's rolling here on the property now. Car number 33 rockets through turns 1 and 2. Again, 2 laps will take the better of the 2 laps. And right now, Chris Spangler rolling down the backstretch, 20th in the point standings for Chris Spangler. This will be his 2nd start of the season. Made his 1st start last Saturday. Chris Spangler 3rd at the moment, 19.405 seconds. Chris Spangler 3rd out of the 5 qualifiers thus far. 5 qualifiers have made an attempt here this evening, and Chris Spangler now taking the checkered flag. Let's see if he can pick it up. He'll go faster on lap 2, but he'll stay 3rd quick. This is the 11th race of the season and the 2nd straight in a row for this division, with 1 more race remaining after tonight. Point standings coming into this race. Sammy Gata's on top by 7 slim points over Dale Nichols, 13 ahead of Colby Vance. So 3 drivers within 13 points of chasing a championship. Gordon Weeks is on the racetrack, car number 20. He actually missed the last race. He dropped 2 positions in the championship standings to now 5th. He does have 1 win on the season. What does Gordon Weeks do on lap 1? Right now, he is outside of row number 1, 18.755 seconds. He needs about 4 1/1000ths of a second if he wants to take the top spot. Can he pick it up here on lap number 2? Most drivers have. Here comes Gordon Weeks across the line. And Adam, he'll do it.
Gordon straight to the top, the former division champion, making himself known. Brian, you talked about the struggles he's had in the last couple of weeks, has led the point standings up to this point, but Sammy's been so strong, taking it away from him. He's laying down the gauntlet, though, with that lap, making himself known. I'm still here. I still have a fight in me. 18.719, that's fastest of every car so far. Matt Kaminskis is on the racetrack right now, car 45. 7th driver to put down a lap. Right now, less than half a tenth separating our top 2, Gordon Weeks and Danny Harrell. First lap for Matt, P5 in car 45.
Car 45, as you heard, 5th out of the 7 cars. This driver's from Aylett, Virginia, Matt Kaminskis. As he's made several starts thus far, he's hoping to get his first top 10. It could come tonight. Checkers in the air for Matt Kaminskis. He'll go quicker on lap 2, drop kicking Chris Spangler back to 5th, because Matt will now occupy position number 4. 19.340 seconds. If you're just joining us, we are qualifying the old school video game Super Streets for the Smiley's Heating and Cooling 310 here at the racetrack. So excited to have the Virginia Sprint Series, the traveling touring series that'll be here tonight, racing for the 2nd time in 2023. Watching the 44 McDonald's entry on the racetrack, this is Colby Vance. Colby Vance will go to the top, knocking Gordon Weeks back to 2nd. 18.689 seconds for the rocket ship that races down the backstretch. He's up now to 3rd in the point standings. In the last several races, he has finished inside the top 5. As a matter of fact, he's not finished outside the top 5 since the opening race. So the car 44 is so quick. He goes faster on lap number 2, 18.652 seconds. We've got a new provisional pole setter. Big night right now for Colby Vance, who has his fingers crossed that some of the other heavy hitters don't knock him down a position or 2. On the track right now, this is Joe Stuck, the rookie racer in car number 16, bringing it down through turns 3 and 4. He received a 9th place overall last year in the Enduro Series. This year he's sponsored by Reliance Roofing and S&W HVAC. Joe Stuck, lap 1, good one for him, 5th overall, 19.204 seconds. Joe Stuck coming through turns 3 and 4, the young driver across the line, and Joe Stuck, Adam, goes even faster on lap 2.
Yeah, that's a good lap for the rookie driver, 19.019, P4 out of the 9 cars so far. Good lap for car 16 and Joe Stuck. The purple shirts are out in full force again here tonight. Good to see them. And here comes Mr. Dale Nichols, 2nd in the point standings. Brian, the former division champion, no wins on the year, but we know he knows how to get it done.
That's right. He did get 1 victory last year, so he at least wants to get 1 before the season wraps up. He actually won the 2021 and 2018 titles. So the 2-time Chuck champion across the line, and he'll go all the way to the top. Good lap, 18.625 seconds. That's more than 2/100ths of a second faster than Colby Vance. So Dale Nichols now to the top, dropping Colby Vance back to second. Gordon Weeks will fall to third. Can he pick it up and go faster on lap 2? He will. 18.618 for car 8. Very quick, and that's the driver, Adam, that's gunning for the championship. He's watching the 21 of Sammy Gaeta because he's only 7 points behind him.
Yeah, and I'm watching Sammy down here. Sammy has his son Aaron right now holding a cell phone right in front of him. They're looking at lap times down here in the 21 camp, so they're seeing that lap laid down by the number 8 machine. So it's definitely on the mind of driver 21. He knows Dale has brought speed tonight. Dale has shown the entire field, so now it's up to Sammy to go out there and match that lap. We'll see if he can get it done. Here comes the aforementioned Christian Keller, who was just qualifying for the U-Cars. He's P6 on lap 1.
He drives the Nice Guy Auto and Transmissions and Farley Financial U-Cars, pulling double duty this evening. 19.052 seconds. You just heard that is 6th fastest overall. And now we'll take the checkered flag, and Christian Keller, he'll slow down about 0.3 of a second on lap number 2. So we'll keep the first lap as his time of record. All righty, and the next car on the racetrack, this is going to be a new entry tonight. Good to see the driver who's raced in several divisions competing. This is Poquoson, Virginia's Robbie Parker, the former Grand Stock driver, and now driving Sammy Gaeta's car. This is the First Response Marine Towing Guardian Auto Repair car. Robbie Parker, car number 19 across the line. Good lap, provisionally outside of row 2, 4th spot. Lap 1, 18.747 seconds. He needs a little more than a 1/10 and 3/100ths of a second if he wants to get all the way to the top. What does Robbie Parker do? He'll slow down a tick on lap number 2, about a 1/10 of a second slower on the second lap. So Robbie Parker making his first start in the old school video game Super Streets. Right now, 4th fastest, so good lap for him. Ryan Hutchins is on the racetrack. This is going to be car number 14 on the speedway now. Again, 2 laps. Ryan Hutchins from New Kent, Virginia. He is a 2015 and 2016 Virginia Motor Speedway Limited Stock Champion, and he won the 2015 VMS Dirt Series Championship. So he can drive on dirt, and he can drive on the paved surfaces like we're seeing right now. Car number 14 across the line, Ryan Hutchins, 9th fastest here on lap 1, 19.205 seconds. Here he comes out of corner number 4. Checkers are waving, and he'll finalize his qualification efforts, I should say, and he'll clock in at 19.224. So very consistent laps, but he'll stay in 9th spot. All right, this is the driver we're watching. He's in turns 1 and 2.
That is the aforementioned Sammy Gaeta, Brian Points leader coming into tonight. This is the final car in the Super Street division, so it all comes down to this. Can Sammy put it on pole, or will it be hard-charging Dale Nichols that holds him off? Here we go. White flag is in the air. What does lap 1 say for Sammy? Top of the board, 18.560 for car 21. That's a mic drop for Sammy Gaeta, looking for 8 in a row.
And he doesn't even have to do the second lap since, well, actually we do have one more car to go, but Sammy Gaeta is now rolling very slow, so he'll just do 1 lap and call it. Sammy Gaeta has the last 7 races in victory lane. So Sammy Gaeta going for 8 in a row, and he currently leads the point standings. Green flag is in the air. This is car number 72, Angelo Stellan. Angelo Stellan has a new sponsor on board. Mitchell's Lawn and Landscaping helps support car number 72 for this driver out of Poquoson, Virginia, also sponsored by Maritime Mayhem. Here he comes, the driver who lost a spot in the points. He now sets 7th in the championship chase. And what does he do on lap number 1 for Angelo Stellan? He is currently 10th quick. 19.163 seconds for car number 72. Here he now comes through turns 3 and 4. Brian Wilson waving that checkered flag in the air. And I believe this will be our final qualifier as we see the checkers come out for Angelo Stellan. Nice pickup. He'll go to 7th spot, 18.966 seconds. So Sammy Gaeta has got it done. He'll win the Bojangles Bowtime Pole Award, leading the entire field to the green flag for their 40-lap feature as he is gunning for a championship. Sammy Gaeta, the fastest here on the property. So Sammy Gata will line up on the pole. Dale Nichols will join him to his right elbow. Colby Vance will start inside of row 2. Gordon Weeks will start 4th, and Robbie Parker making his debut. He'll start P5. Rolling off 6th will be Danny Harrell. Angelo Stellan with the new sponsor. He'll start 7th. Joe Stuck 8th. Christian Keller 9th, and Sean Calloway posted the 10th fastest lap. Brian Hutchins was 11th. Matt Kaminskis starts 12th. Chris Spangler 13th, 14th to Wesley Newell, and Joshua Crabtree will start shotgun on the field. Want to say hello to Zach Beavers, who's tuning in. Can't wait to finally get home, he says, from Alaska to start racing with the family. So safe travels to Zach. Emily is watching. She says, go Woody Howard. Craig Brown is rooting for the 95 car, while Jacob is rooting for, looks like, Robbie Parker. And thanks again for everybody tuning in. John Parrish says he's headed our way from Norfolk. And Jackie Brinkley says, go Hayden Sheldon, car number 13. So again, thank you to everybody for tuning in on social media. Please come down and join us. Looks like Tim McConnell's tuning in from Huntsville, Alabama. So Alabama is watching us right now here on social media. And again, thanks to everybody for tuning in. If you're somewhat close to the area, be sure to get to the racetrack. Start making your way here in just a little bit. We'll drop the green flag around 7 o'clock here this evening. Pre-race festivities kicking off around 6:45. And if for some reason, if you're like in Alabama, like our friend here watching, you can tune in to Flow Racing live coverage, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. One more division to go. It's going to be the Premier Series, the Taylor Waste Services late models. They are coming up next.
Larry King Law's Langley Speedway in Hampton presents Wacky Wednesday every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Time trials, burnouts, and side-by-side oval drag racing. Bring your car and helmet. Find out who's the best. Tip fees only $15. General admission only $7. Wacky Wednesday back in your face every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Wacky Wednesdays, the premier midweek street car racing event. Any street legal car with current inspection tags are eligible to compete. Registration and spectator gates open at 6 p.m. Cash prizes and a whole lot of fun. Get all the rules, regulations, and more information at langley-speedway.com. Join the Wacky Wednesday Facebook page or call 865-RACE.
No haggle pricing, that's the way. Commission-free buying every day. Get a 3-day money-back guarantee. Easy sales process, hassle-free.
Checkered Flag is now on the peninsula. Visit us today or at checkeredflag.com.
Checkered flag, where winners buy. Checkered flag, where winners buy.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. 3 things are required in the great outdoors: food, drink, and shelter.
Hello, I'm Sarah McLaughlin. For just dollars a day, you can help helpless animals find shelter.
Bush. Wrong shelter, Sarah. Also, that's a wolf. Head for the mountains.
I'm First Sergeant Peter Lazier, coordinator of the Virginia State Police Help Eliminate Auto Theft program. Did you know that you can earn a reward of up to $25,000 for providing auto theft tips that lead to an arrest? Go to heatreward.com to learn more.
Cycle City Corp, your #1 dealer in motorcycles, ATVs, and personal watercraft. They carry all the major brands: Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Can-Am. Cycle City Corp is located 1 mile off the interstate, exit 258A. Stop by for unbeatable deals. Cycle City also has a huge parts and accessories department. Come by and check out the latest styles in Oakley sunglasses, HJC helmets, and Joe Rocket jackets, just to mention a few. Cycle City has a #1 service department with factory-trained mechanics, so stop on by. Cycle City Corp, 634 J. Clyde Morris Boulevard in Newport News. Or call 595-9721. 595-9721 for super great savings. Cycle City Corp, sponsor of the Legends and Bandos.
One more division to qualify here this afternoon at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway on this Smiley's Heating and Cooling evening at the races. And Adam, the weather for folks who are watching on social media and the folks that are here, they understand it. It's just simply beautiful.
It could not be more perfect, Brian. And, you know, after last week, we're due for a perfect night of weather. I mean, it was horrible last week, and what a turnaround 1 week makes. Not a cloud in the sky. Temperatures in the very low 80s, in fact, right at 80 degrees. A little bit of a breeze, but nothing too hot or too cool down here. It's going to cool off very nicely later on in the evening. So, yeah, race fans, if you're considering coming out and you love good racing and a good time, come on out to the Speedway. Come join us here. We've got the Virginia Sprint Cars here for the second time in 2023, so I'd say that's box office right there. That makes it worth the trip, Brian. You and I both know, watching them from Dixieland and here at Langley, and, of course, the late models for 100 laps. You can't beat it. We have it all here tonight.
That's right, and history could be in the making here this evening. We're talking about Connor Hall, Team 77. Gunning for not only a Larry King Law's Langley Speedway Late Model Championship. Of course, that'll be decided here in a few weeks. The championship night for the late models coming up October the 7th. But they're gunning for a Division I National NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series Championship. And, of course, that'll be decided here as the weekend wraps up. NASCAR making announcements after they tabulate all of the points. That'll be made next week. So Langley Speedway could be in the city of Hampton, Virginia, could be on the national map with Connor Hall in Team 77. All right, it's time now for the Premier Series, getting set for a 100-lap feature. We're setting the times now for this division. First car on the racetrack is the 4 entry. That is Dwayne Shreves. Dwayne Shreves on the track now, taking the green flag. They'll get a scuff lap to work the tires in. Then they get the green flag, followed by the white and then checkered. So 2 opportunities to lay down a fast lap. Dwayne Shreves from Chesapeake in the Southside Energy Denver Electric sponsored car. He'll take the white flag. Lap 1 is done. 16.450 seconds for car number 4, 13th in the championship chase, looking for his first, make that his 4th top 10 finish here in 2023. He does have 3 top 10s overall. Dwayne Shreves across the line. Like most drivers here this afternoon, he picks up time on lap number 2, 16.264 seconds. Still early on, Adam, but we've got a ton of race cars here.
It is absolutely packed down here, as I mentioned. Just so many great storylines up and down the paddock, Brian. We've got drivers like Mark Wirtz, who's back. Mark's the former champion of the Speedway. We've got Connor Hall, you mentioned, looking for the first track championship and national championship. And what about guys like Greg Edwards? They're here for another race, 6-time champion. And Terry Carroll and, Justin Carroll is here in car 91. Justin just raced at Kansas Speedway last weekend in the truck series, had a top 30 finish. Didn't make the race at Bristol, unfortunately, a couple of nights ago, but he is here after driving all the way through the night. He has made the trip back here to Langley Speedway in car 91. He's ready to race as well. And what about Cody Bryant? He's a rookie, making just his first handful of starts. So great stories up and down the pit lane. It's going to be fun to watch for 100 laps.
Thomas Marks on the Speedway right now from Seaford, Virginia, the Commonwealth Towing and Recovery sponsored entry. Lap 2 slower than lap 1. The opening lap 16.538 seconds for the driver right side of your screen, Thomas Marks. Third qualifier on the racetrack, this is Terry Harris. Terry Harris driving the 55H car. Of course, we'll have 2 55s in the field. This will be Mark Wirtz in the other 55, but Terry Harris piloting this car. Terry Harris has raced multiple divisions and a big supporter of the Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks, and we'll be talking about that here later on tonight as we remember his father, who was just instrumental in keeping us going here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway over the years. We'll be talking about that when we get the trucks on the track in just a little bit. Terry Harris on the Speedway, lap 1, 16.576 seconds. Of course, Terry's dad, Donnie Harris, raced here for a long, long time. He sponsored cars, he ran cars, fielded cars, and Terry pretty much does the same exact thing as his dad has done. So just the legacy of the Harris family and what they have contributed to the sport of automobile racing and Larry King Law's Langley Speedway, just incredible. You're not seeing double vision. That's because there are 2 55 cars. One is 55, the other is the 55H. The 55H of Terry Harris has just qualified. He goes all the way to the top, 16.238 seconds. Now it's Mark Wirtz in the 55 car on the racetrack. Mark Wirtz, 6th on the championship standings. He is gunning for his first win of 2023. He does have one win last year. And, of course, Mark Wirtz, a track champion here at this speedway. Multiple titles here in Hampton, Virginia. A couple of Taylor Waste Services late model titles as well. Lap 1 for Mark Wirtz, third quick, 16.311 seconds. But let's see if he picks it up on lap 2. Indeed he does. Mark Wirtz going to the top, 16.184 seconds for the driver out of Chesapeake, Virginia, sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts and CorvetteParts.net, presented by Keen Parts. Woody Howard is now on the racetrack. And Adam, this paint scheme, we talk about it, but it's worth documenting week in and week out.
That's right. That, of course, being the Wood Brothers paint scheme made famous by the team out of Virginia. The Wood Brothers seems like they've been in racing since it started. I mean, so historic, so many wins. Woody, of course, has been around this racetrack for a long, long time, so he, too, has a lot of history in paying homage to the Wood Brothers as he goes down the backstretch, trying to put up a quick lap. We'll see what car 41 has as he makes his way to the start-finish line. Right to the top, just as the Wood Brothers would do each and every week back in the day. Put it on the pole, 16.094 provisionally. That's fastest out of the 5 cars so far.
Driving the Robs Hauling Ford Mustang, coming through turns 3 and 4. Checkers are waving for Woody Howard. He goes even quicker on lap number 2, nearly a tenth of a second to his lonesome. Talking about Woody Howard, he is clocked in at 16.005 seconds for car number 41. So a good lap for the 41 car, and has his fingers crossed, hoping he can keep it there. A 100-lap race, not 2 twin 50s tonight, just 100 flat-out laps of exciting racing. And, of course, that's how we'll finish up the year on October 7th for the championship night. You talked about it, Adam, because the significance of Justin Carroll is he was just recently in Bristol, Tennessee.
That's right. Unfortunately, didn't make the truck race, but it was so cool to see those guys go from Kansas Speedway, where they made the race, travel all the way to Bristol. Now remember, this is a small team. They don't have the resources like a Hendrick Motorsports or a Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing, so they have to pretty much take the same truck that they ran at Kansas, go all the way to Bristol, race that same truck at Bristol, albeit with a different setup, and then have to race then, but unfortunately didn't make the race. They're here to race tonight for a late model win, and we'll see if Car 91 can mix it up with these boys. We know they're fast.
They're fast because they're the quickest on the property thus far, 15.991 seconds. Justin Carroll provisionally on the pole here early on in Bojangles bow time qualifying for the Taylor Waste Services late models. Up next, the rookie competitor who leads our limited late models, or we call it the Smith Wraps and Graphics Virginia Racers Division. We're talking about young Cody Bryant out of Chesapeake, Virginia, still in high school and having a great season in the limited late models. He's a former champion of the Cycle City Corp Bandoleros division. Here comes Cody Bryant across the line. Did his first Hampton Heat 200 earlier this year. And right now, Cody Bryant goes all the way to third fastest, 16.094 seconds. Needs just a little more than a tenth of a second if he wants to put that car on the provisional pole. Breaks loose coming out of turn number 4. Does some heads-up driving, although he'll lose a little bit of time on that second lap. So good run for Cody Bryant, who's currently third quick here at the moment. Ryan Matthews is on the racetrack right now in car number 51. Ryan Matthews from Mechanicsville, Virginia, celebrating a birthday today. He has a big birthday, so that's exciting for Ryan Matthews. And what better way to celebrate a birthday than getting a victory? We'll see if he can do it. He's a former Legends champion as he rockets down the backstretch now over into turns 3 and 4. Ryan Matthews third in the championship chase. 10 top 5 finishes here in 2021. And Adam, that's the best way to spend the birthday.
How about that? Straight to the top. You know Ryan's got speed this year, Brian. Finished second earlier this season. That's the best finish for car 51. Of course, a former Legends division here at Langley. Ryan third in the point standings. They've had speed, and he goes to the top, or slows down a little bit on lap 2, excuse me, there. 15.954, a hundredth of a second separating those 2 laps.
Of course, over the last few weeks, Ryan has climbed the standings. He was not third recently. It's just here in the last few weeks he's moved to third. So good job for the birthday boy, Ryan Matthews, who right now is the fastest. That knocks Justin Carroll back to second. Greg Edwards is on the racetrack right now. What a season he's had. Multiple runner-ups, and guess what? He's got a couple of victories. He won both races on August the 19th for the 6-time champion. The Danny's Glass Chevrolet is a legend here in Hampton, Virginia, having a great season. Wants to cap it off with a victory here tonight. And we've got another new provisional pole setter. Greg Edwards will go to the top. He clocks in at 15.846 seconds, a whole tenth of a second to his lonesome. Here he comes through turns 3 and 4, trying to go even quicker on lap 2, and he will slow down on lap number 2. But lap 1 was fast, 15.846 seconds. So they just seem to be going even quicker here, Adam, car after car, I should say.
Yeah, it's just a matter of musical chairs down here, one changing after another. So we'll see if this trend continues. Right now, it's Greg Edwards by a tenth of a second. Good lap for the 21 machine. And Greg, of course, the only other winner this season other than Connor Hall. So it'll be important to keep an eye on that 21 machine, the 6-time champion, making himself known in the picture tonight. Here comes Chase Burrow, Cars Tour driver, and he won a modified race here, Brian, a couple weeks ago.
That's right. Chase Burrow drives the modified. As, of course, we just documented one here earlier. He races on dirt. He pretty much does everything. A very talented race car driver, Chase Burrow, 5th on his opening lap, 16.068 seconds. So Chase Burrow, you have a race on the schedule, he's probably going to show up. Not sure what kind of vehicle he's going to bring, depending on what it is, but whatever he brings, it's fast because the driver certainly has the talent. Chase Burrow, 5th as he slows down on lap number 2, but a good opening lap. That car right there in turns 1 and 2, that's Adam Medic in car number 29. Adam Medic, also a modified racer, so he's going to try his hands here in the late model division. He'll take the green flag now. Again, the fastest driver thus far, it is Greg Edwards, has posted the fast lap at 15.846 seconds. Ryan Matthews provisionally outside of row 1. Justin Carroll is currently 3rd with Woody Howard 4th, and Chase Burrow has just clocked in at 5th fastest as we're watching now Adam Medic here on his opening lap, his first of 2 flyer laps. He puts the time down of 16.372 seconds as now he takes it back to turns 3 and 4, the fast way around the speedway all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. Checkers in the air for Adam Medic. Not going to pick it up. He'll actually lose a couple tenths that time. He'll go from a 16.3 to a 16.5 on lap number 2. So Adam Medic, 10th thus far. Dean Shiflett's on the racetrack in car number 72. He's from Shawboro, North Carolina, the 2005 Rookie of the Year and champion in the Pepsi Grand Stocks. He also won the 2006 Pepsi Grand Stocks Championship. Green flag is in the air for the car sponsored by Mean Dean's Automotive and Greer and Associates. Dean Shiflett down the backstretch. Car number 72, 8th in the point standings. He has 1 top 5 and 3 top 10 finishes here in 2023. Let's see where the 72 settles in at. He will roll in the 9th spot thus far, 16.254 seconds. He's digging for a little bit more. Most drivers have picked up speed on the 2nd lap, while others have gotten their fast lap on the opening lap, including the provisional pole setter thus far, Greg Edwards. Lap 2 is quicker for Dean Shiflett. He'll go to 8th spot, 16.198 seconds. Here's a longtime racer and a very talented driver. Car number 29, this is Hampton's Casey Wyatt on the racetrack. Casey Wyatt rolling here down the backstretch over to turns 3 and 4. Want to wish a happy 35th birthday to Travis Dexter, who's here now. He's been back in the stands for over 2 months. Travis, happy birthday, and thank you for spending it with us here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. What a way to spend your 35th, Adam.
Celebrating a bunch of birthdays here on the Smiley's Heating and Cooling race night. Our front office manager, Terry Beluzzo, her birthday is today, so very big happy birthday to her as well. And you're right, Brian, another great way to spend your day at the racetrack. On your birthday, no better way to spend a birthday as we're watching Casey Wyatt put down a lap. He's 3rd quickest at a 15.986, a tenth and a half separating our top 3 drivers. Just a handful of drivers left to roll. Here comes Riley Music.
Nice pickup for car number 29. Casey White goes all the way to 3rd spot, 15.986 seconds. So good lap for that driver. Being told that the 24 car, that this is car number 24, I should say, or make that 47, I apologize, Jacob Derrick. He will only get one lap to qualify. For Jacob Derrick, the car had a violation in pre-race inspection. He was too light, so that car will only get one lap of qualification. Checkers are in the air, and we see that waving now. So one opportunity for Jacob Derrick, who's having an outstanding season, the most wins in our limited late models division. Several victories here this year. He'll go 13th quick for Jacob Derrick, 16.381 seconds. Also this car, Todd Van Gilder, only one lap. He failed pre-race inspection as well, also too light as he works through turns 3 and 4, so he'll only get one lap on the stopwatch or one opportunity. Much like you see in the NASCAR Cup Series or Xfinity Series, drivers only get so many attempts to go through pre-race inspection. Once they fail that a couple of times, there are penalties handed out, including losing a lap in qualification. So instead of getting the white flag, this car will get the checkered flag for Todd Van Gilder, and lap number 1 will be 16.868 seconds, 15th out of the 15 cars. All right, Adam, this car, keep an eye on him. We're talking about the point standings leader, not only here in Hampton, but for the NASCAR Division I NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series Championship standings.
I got a feeling that a few people will have their eyes on this car, Brian. Connor Hall making waves this season across the Southeast region and the National region as he goes to take the green flag. Car 77, 14 wins on the year, trying to pick up not only the national championship, but his first track championship. What a story it would be for car 77. He's trying to win one race tonight. We'll see if he can do it. What does lap 1 have for qualifying? P1, 15.843, 3 1,000ths of a second.
How about that? 3 1,000ths of a second faster than Greg Edwards. We couldn't blink our eyes, it's that close. Here he comes through turns 3 and 4. Checkers are in the air for Connor Hall, gunning for the big championship, and he will slow down just a bit, but lap 1 was good enough to be the fastest. Great job for Connor Hall and Team 77. They'll knock Greg Edwards back to second, and Ryan Matthews will fall to third. Getting the green flag now, this is Evan Van Leeuwen on the racetrack, so you're not seeing double duty. Evan Van Leeuwen on the speedway now, car number 21. So Adam, we're not seeing double duty. There are 2 21s in tonight's field.
Yeah, it threw me for a loop too. This was the car that Greg Edwards used to drive out here. Evan getting some laps in this 21 machine, raced a couple weeks ago, I believe. So good to see the other 21 car. Important to note, no Danny Edwards tonight, no car 26, but there will be 2 21s.
So Evan Van Leeuwen has qualified. He'll be 17th, 17.451 seconds. Qualifying, I believe, has wrapped up. And congratulations to Connor Hall. Team 77, the Town Bank entry, has done it. They have won the Bojangles Pole Award. I believe, Adam, you've got the driver in car 77.
Yeah, just got off the racetrack, did driver 77 Connor. Gunning for the championships tonight. Box number 1 has been checked off, getting the pole. How was the lap?
It was good. We were a little tight, so I just think it's just, I don't know if I didn't get enough heat in it. I tried doing something a little different that I normally don't do, so I'm probably just going to chalk it up as that, let the sun go down, and let this place cool off, how I always kind of talk about, and hopefully this thing comes alive.
How do you prepare for the 100-lap race? You guys are used to running twin 50s, so how do you prepare differently for the one single 100-lap race?
Just be ready for 50 more.
Hey, that's the story for car 77, Brian. Ready for 50 more laps. I got a feeling they're going to be okay.
I agree with that. Congratulations to Connor Hall. We're going to see how it all shakes out. But anything can happen with a 100-lap race. He's starting P1, but we know starting a race and finishing a race are 2 different things. So Connor Hall right now has 14 wins out of 16 starts here at Larry King Laws Langley Speedway for 2023. So we'll see if he's able to do it here tonight. Connor Hall and Greg Edwards make up row 1. Ryan Matthews will qualify 3rd here this afternoon. Casey Wyatt 4th, and Justin Carroll rounds out the top 5. Woody Howard will start the 100-lap race in 6th. Chase Burrows 7th. Cody Bryant was 8th. 9th went to Mark Wirtz, and Dean Shiflett rounds out the top 10. Terry Harris will start tonight, the 55H. He rolls off 11th. 11th, Dwayne Shreves 12th, Adam Medic 13th, followed by Jacob Derrick, Thomas Marks, Todd Van Gilder, and Evan Van Leeuwen. Qualifying presented by Bojangles is done. Just about time for pre-race festivities at 6:45. If you're tuning in to social media, come on out to the racetrack and join us. Green flag at 7 o'clock. If you can't get here in time, tune in to Flow Racing at 7 p.m. For Adam Welbrock, I'm Brian White. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you at the track here very soon.